there are places that make you pause. France is not one of them. It makes you move, feel, taste, and fall in love in ways you didn't know were possible. Imagine sipping wine under the Eiffel Tower's golden glow, wandering through medieval villages with cobblestone stories, or letting time slow down as you cruise the lavender-scented countryside. In 2025, France isn't just a travel destination. It's an awakening, a romance, a timeless song that lingers long after the suitcase is unpacked. And in just 3 days, this nation of art, food, love, and legacy will make your heart beat to its rhythm. Few countries conjure dreams quite like France. Whether it's the opulence of Paris, the sun-kissed shores of the Riviera, the poetic serenity of the Loire Valley, or the rugged charm of the French Alps, this is a country woven from history and painted with passion. France in 2025 is more enchanting than ever. With sustainability shaping its tourism and local experiences taking center stage, travelers aren't just coming to see France, they're coming to feel it from the inside out. With only 3 days to spare, it's about choosing quality over quantity, immersion over itinerary. This journey will sweep you through the essence of France, touching upon the charm of Paris, the rustic elegance of Provence, and the historical soul of Normandy. Every stop is a chapter in a short but vivid love story with this extraordinary country. Day 1. Paris. The city of light and limitless wonder. Paris isn't just a city, it's an emotion, a world wrapped in cobblestones, rooftops, and glimmering reflections on the Seine. Your first day begins with a soft Parisian morning. Light breaks over the horizon, casting a golden veil over Montmartre's hilltop. The city is still waking up, and there's magic in the quiet. Find a corner café, sip on a velvety café, and let the flaky pastry melt in your mouth while the world passes by. Begin your exploration in the heart of the city, on the Rue de la Cité. The Notre-Dame Cathedral stands proudly despite the scars of time and fire, symbolizing resilience and rebirth. Walk along the Seine's banks where bouquinists sell vintage books and prints, adding a touch of timeless charm to the air. Cross over to the left bank, where narrow lanes lead you to the Latin Quarter, home to the echoes of intellectual revolution and romance. Make your way to the Louvre, and as you stand before its pyramid, the layers of history become tangible. Inside, allow yourself to get lost. Beyond the Mona Lisa's smirk, the museum is a labyrinth of beauty, Greek sculptures, Egyptian relics, Renaissance masterpieces, all silently telling the story of human creativity. Come afternoon, find yourself in the Marais, a neighborhood where history meets trend. The scent of freshly baked bread from family-owned boulangeries, the laughter spilling from sun-drenched cafes, the elegance of boutiques nestled in 17th-century mansions. This is where Paris lives and breathes. A late lunch at a bistro introduces you to the soul of French cuisine. Think duck confit, truffle-infused risotto, or a creamy quenelle de brochet. It's not just food, it's a form of poetry. As evening falls, the Eiffel Tower awaits, shimmering like a beacon of dreams. Watching it sparkle as the sky darkens is an unforgettable experience. End your first night with a cruise along the Seine. As the lights of Paris dance on the water and classical music whispers in the background, the city casts its spell. You're no longer a visitor, you're part of the rhythm. Day 2. Provence. A symphony of senses in the French countryside, leaving the city behind. The high-speed TGV whisks you into the heart of Provence. In just a few hours, the landscape transforms. Rolling vineyards, olive groves, sunflowers swaying under blue skies, and the scent of lavender fill the air. Provence is where time slows and sensations awaken. Begin your day in Avignon, a town that once housed popes and still carries a noble elegance in its walls. Walk through the Palais des Papes, an imposing Gothic fortress where whispers of the past linger in the stone corridors. Then stroll across the famous Pont d'Avignon, half bridge, half legend, offering views of the Rhine River and the surrounding countryside. As the sun climbs higher, drive or cycle through Luberon's hilltop villages. Gordes clings to its cliffside with cinematic grace, while Roussillon glows in ochre hues as if the earth itself were painted by Matisse. Day 3. Normandy, where history meets the sea. The final day takes you to the northern shores of France, to a region where cliffs meet memory and tides wash over centuries. Normandy is humble and heroic, where nature and history collide with breathtaking force. Begin in Bayeux, home to the famous tapestry that tells the story of conquest in intricate medieval threads. This town itself feels like a storybook, with half-timbered houses and quiet charm. Then journey to the D-Day landing beaches, Omaha, Utah, Gold. Walk the sands where history was carved into every wave. Visit the Normandy American Cemetery, where rows of white crosses stretch toward the sea, a solemn tribute to sacrifice and valor. Here, silence speaks volumes, and even the wind feels sacred. Afterward, the coastline draws you to the breathtaking beauty of Tretat, where chalk cliffs rise like sculptures from the sea. Hike along the paths for panoramic views, or simply sit and let the wind carry your thoughts. The ocean here is not just water, it's witness, muse, and mirror. Conclude your Normandy day at Mont-Saint-Michel, that iconic island rising from the sea like a dream. As tides rush in and out, the abbey glows under the golden sun. Climbing its winding streets is a pilgrimage in itself, and the view from the top is a reward of divine proportions. End the night at a local creperie, sipping cider and indulging in a galette filled with creamy camembert or smoked ham. It's a taste of the north, rustic and rich, grounding and generous. 3 days in France, and yet it feels like a lifetime of memories. From the poetic elegance of Paris to the soul-soothing stillness of Provence and the solemn grandeur of Normandy, France reveals itself in layers, like the pages of a book that refuses to end. You have not seen all of France, but you have felt its heart, tasted its truth, and danced to its rhythm. France in 2025 is not about racing from site to site. It's about surrendering to the slow joy of experience. It's about letting the past embrace you, letting the present dazzle you, and letting the future call you back. Because one visit is never enough. France lingers on your palate, in your memories, in your dreams. And even as you leave, you already know you'll return.